I can speak in Japanese. I can read in Romanian.
I speak in probably like English.
I speak in Urdu.
A couple of years ago we changed our approach to promoting all languages, celebrating languages. English as an additional language didn't seem to fit right. And the more you read about languages and language strengths, the more multilingualism comes up.
There was this real deficit narrative around EAL, almost that this was a problem that we had to fix. But it's not a problem. These children bring so much to their learning, so much to the community, so much in terms of their identity. And so we really wanted to change the narrative around that, which is why we've then focused on multilingualism.
Our activity today, which you're going to do at your tables, is you're going to choose a language and write the word book in that language, and then you are going to decorate it, okay? Then maybe we can use your words and we can display it around our reading area, okay?
I'm writing the word in Punjabi. I need to practice.
Today what we're doing is exploring words, key words in different languages and how they have similarities and differences, the way we form the scripts. Children speak in different languages in our school. We have children who have come in, new arrivals who don't, who are exploring the language. So we're just making them feel welcome, part of the classroom community, and just having fun with them, really.
So you're going to see a famous illustration by someone called Mina Sundberg, okay? And this is your linguistic tree that you're going to be looking at. She's from Finland, she's a Finnish artist. It shows a relationship between Indo-European and Uralic language families. The lesson today, they're part of our communication curriculum, what we do here at Kensington Primary School. Part of the communication curriculum, we've introduced PFL, which is promoting first languages. And now within that is where we look at languages around the world, how they link and what those languages mean and what the relationship is between those languages. So it's not necessarily looking at a child's own language, it's looking at languages as a whole. So what you're going to get looks something like this. So do you remember I showed you a family tree at the beginning? This is now your linguistic tree. It's a similar thing as a family tree, but it's with different languages, okay? So it starts off with the root language, the ancestral language, and how that's been kind of spread out into the other different languages. You've got 5 questions to try and answer.
Sometimes we do. English is the biggest language, yeah, and then it comes German. Sometimes it's hard for me to speak English. I speak to the people who know my language, and it's kind of easy for me because I can share my stuff to them because they speak the same language as me, and it really helps me.
When we have new arrivals join in and they don't speak much English, they have another language that is they speak, we'll find a buddy that speaks the same language and we'll let them use the first language in class. In year 5, year 6, if they're able to write in their own home language, we'll let them write their work in their home language. It doesn't need to be in English. As long as they're understanding the context, understanding the concept of what we're trying to teach, does it really matter what language you're doing it in? Google Translate it, or if the child's able to explain some parts of it, I'll annotate around to say this is what the child has kind of done. I'll help other teachers translate as well. So we kind of, it's a superpower to have that extra language.
I think it builds their self-esteem and their confidence. Like, they may not understand what's going on, but they can, adapt it to their own knowledge, what they know about their own language.
And where we involve parents a lot as well, it helps parents understand what it is we do at school, because I think parents have a whole taboo around, oh no, we can't speak our home language, we must teach them English.
And we invited the parents to read a story in their home language, and parents absolutely loved it. The children, just to hear their language being read by adults, and even their faces light up when we're teaching multilingual lessons, or we try and incorporate it into the curriculum so it's not a standalone lesson.
A veces ropa que es demasiado pequeño. I think that this is a really, really good school because it has like libraries and Miss Amin makes a club of multilingual, and she puts me all the time to learn different languages. I bring people from year one that I know. Sometimes I just bring the two people that speaks Romanian, and I sometimes read them in English and sometimes I read them in Romanian. When the multilingual library opened, I felt happiness in my body because I could read in my language and I could like practice it more, and I could like get ready I can practice the language, so then when I'm going to my home country, I can speak it with my family members. Mwyn neu gweld hi yn cyfan, oed yn raidd. I mi ei wneud oedd croesir. When I go to the multilingual library, I normally go find this book and read it. I normally read it with my friend Phoebe, who is also a helper here, and I normally read it out loud, and she's learning a bit of Welsh, yeah. It really makes me want to learn a lot of languages because the books here are just really fascinating. I've got a Korean book that I really want to read. We mostly get to read our language when we come to the multilingual library because there's books of our language as well. It's just really life-changing for me. When I started here, I was really nervous, and now the multilingualism library is here. I can now show how good I am with my languages, and I'm not afraid to use them.
I think excitement about languages in general has been one of the most unexpected things that I have seen. So excitement about their own heritage language, so these hidden languages that came out of the woodworks, people not telling us they have a language and that coming up, me realising how even more diverse we are. And this excitement that penetrates, I think, everybody. When staff come up to me excited about a child that's come with a language they've not heard before.
My collaborators and I are following this school for almost 3 years, and since the very beginning we saw that the school has a unique environment. This is the ideal environment to study multilingual pedagogy, what you're doing, to investigate on the cognitive, linguistic and social emotional development of the pupils, and hopefully we will provide the evidence also for other schools.
It's great because it gives you loads of opportunities to learn different languages, and it gets you inspired to learn different languages as well. This place actually has inspired me to pursue it and try and learn as many languages as I could. I want to learn Shona, Bengali and Japanese.
That confidence really shines through. And secondly, that they are accepting of each other's languages. So we have after school clubs in different languages here, and often you will see children going to their friend's language club, or they want to learn their friend's language, but I think it really shows acceptance and tolerance. So those kind of strengths are coming up within our community.
What Sofia and the leaders and the teachers are doing here is absolutely remarkable, and corroborated also from data that we recently collected, and we saw clearly that at GCSEs level, multilingual pupils are much better than anybody else, even when they are in a specific underprivileged situations, so free school meals. So there is a clear benefit of multilingualism in education, and we need to provide evidence and discourage any misleading information that is still around.
I think anybody who's thinking or not sure about multilingualism, I think it's easy. It's just about changing mindsets. I think if you change mindsets, things just follow and things will just grow within the school community. But if you can change the mindset, practice will follow.
I think it's been such a wonderful thing to watch the children, the families, the community and our staff really growing confidence around this. There was definitely a little bit of anxiety, as there always is, particularly amongst our staff, when we said, right, you're going to actually be teaching and using all of these different languages. but everyone's really embraced it. And I think you can really feel it across the school, how happy children are, how settled children are, but the enthusiasm amongst our teachers as well for this way of working has been an absolute joy.
A language is a language that you speak and communicate.
That's right.